All right, guys, I'll be taking the questions here by the most upvoted. And we have Stephanie with 4 upvotes. How do you keep the participant from going too far into the weeds of your study? What can a researcher do to get them back on track?
That's a great question. And oftentimes that does happen when conducting research. Again, it all comes down to understanding your personal moderation style. Some participants really are like just happy to talk and to share their experiences. And I think it's important to remind them of the time that you have to speak with them and the amount of questions that you still have to get through while not being disruptive of anything that they're saying. So you definitely don't want to cut them off in the middle of speaking, but when you see opportunities of let's say a small pause or them taking their breath, right? That's a good opportunity to give those subtle reminders to remind them, you still have a few more questions to get through, or, to explicitly state, I love everything that you're saying, but let's get back on track to talk about this, right? So, just having that emotional intelligence of understanding, when to sort of like step in without intruding or interrupting somebody from speaking is a good way to steer somebody back on track. And it doesn't have to just be with your participants either. Like this is something that is completely relatable to stakeholders as well. Stakeholders may, operate in the same way. And as a researcher, you may have to steer them back on track. So again, having that emotional intelligence, being observant, understanding when will be a good time to sort of interject and subtly remind them that, you do have a few more questions to get through, and navigating them back to, the focus of the conversation are good ways to sort of remind folks who may be a little bit more talkative of the objectives and the goals that you have to get through, and also giving compliments, right? Thanking them for sharing everything that they talked about, but let's talk about this, or but let's get back to that.